Today we're going to talk about player combat and vehicles. You know what I'm going to say? Timestamps down below for the different sections. Let's get on with the video. Player combat. This is an interesting subject, as when footage got released, everyone's major concern is it looked too much like a third-person shooter and not the knife combat we were hoping for. In the content creator event though, they mentioned that the knife combat is being overhauled. Although we haven't seen actual gameplay of this so far, we do have this short clip on screen now, just showing a knee slide attack. You've got the running lunge attack, block, the slow blade to penetrate the shield, and then another move in a seamless combination to finish off the enemy. Hopefully we'll get some gameplay of it before release so we can roughly see how the melee combat has been improved. Yes, range methods will be effective, but don't forget the main combat involves all three: melee, ranged, and abilities. How it is intended to work is ranged is used to engage in combat, melee combat to attack when you're rushing or getting rushed, and abilities to break up the pattern / change up the fight and make it unpredictable. Close melee combat is more crucial later in the game when more enemies have shields. Joel said there is about 7 ranged weapons in the game, each slightly differ from another, but ranged weapons won't be effective against shields, and if you have one on when shooting, it will deactivate. Bear in mind, shields also attract worms. Flamethrowers can easily get through shields, and poison is said to go through them slowly as well. When in knife combat, you can block, parry attacks, and use a slow knife attack to penetrate shields. You might get staggered if someone blocks your attack, but it is said you can break out of a staggered state by dashing. I won't be touching on the abilities too much, as I've already discussed this in another video, but there will be a range of abilities / skills you can use to your advantage to take out like NPCs and damage players as well. So like the Hunter-Seeker drone, this can be used to instant kill an NPC unless they have a shield, or damage a player. If you go to a down but not out state, you can crawl to escape combat, and after a small period of time you will get back up again, or a friend can revive you. If you do take lots of damage while in this state, you will die though. To prevent this from happening, you can use bandages to heal yourself up. Bandages heal over time, so you can't just instantly heal yourself to 100%. If you die, you will respawn. This can be done by setting up respawn beacons as you travel, or you can respawn at your base or trading outpost if you've visited one, and you can also respawn at your ornithopter if you have one crafted. When traversing the terrain, you will be able to climb the rocks to allow you to get to high advantage points to scout out NPC bases. This is done via a stamina bar, so if you do lose your stamina, you will fall back down. You can use binoculars to mark an enemy base, and then this will appear on your compass at the top of your screen so you can locate it. Also, on a side note, unlike the books, when a lasgun shoots a shield, it will not cause an atomic explosion, as obviously this would make absolute chaos for the game. So that's the one thing they have changed in the lore. Vehicles. This is of course another key component in player combat and also traversal. Let's talk about the different vehicles that have been mentioned / shown. Ornithopter, obviously the one that's shown in the most footage, looks like it seats one person, especially from the content creator mode. No one was hopping in someone else's ornithopter. So I'm assuming it is a one-person seater thing. You might be able to add a module to add an extra seat like the sand bike, but that's not confirmed, although there are larger ones for more players. In this ornithopter, there is a scan ability to look for resources close to where you are facing. This was shown by some content creators, like Syntac, during the event. Also, there's a vulture ability to dive down with the ornithopter, like you see in the movie, to kind of glide across Arrakis. You are able to toggle your headlights on, so I'm assuming this will give you a bit more visibility at night, although nighttime doesn't actually look too dark. From this clip, it looks like you can potentially paint your ornithopters as they are green. This could just be House Atreides ones, but let's hope that'll be an option for everyone. My favourite thing so far, which I'm super excited for, is there's a radio, which provides insight to key events happening on Arrakis. This is only shown in the ornithopter, so it might just be exclusive for that vehicle. You can have rockets as well, so dogfights are possible, but rockets are very expensive. You can also have lasguns shoot from the ornithopters as well, so sounds pretty sick. And yes, you can barrel roll as well. There is a larger ornithopter and another one to pick up and carry spice harvesters, but that hasn't really been shown off fully to us. You can purchase the design for a sandbike using intel points. The other systems might be very similar as well, but we've only been shown the sandbike for now. So the sandbike's one of the early vehicles. You can kit it out with different modules, including an extra seat. It also needs to be made in a vehicle fabricator. You then use the welding tool to place out the vehicle pieces. Other players can also work with you to place modules and pieces of this bike, and the same goes for other bigger vehicles like the ornithopter. Once it has been assembled, you'll also need to fuel it up before you can head out. To harvest spice, you'll need a vehicle called a sand crawler and a large ornithopter to carry that, but that's the only information we have on that currently. Ground cars have space for up to 4 players and can be outfitted with modules to serve as a light combat vehicle. I'm assuming this is what we see, which looks a little bit like a tank, but with a gunner seater on top as the main way to fire. Stay tuned as I have videos releasing every few days on everything we know so far with Dune. If you're interested in joining a Dune Guild and potentially being a part of some YouTube videos, there is a link in the Discord in the description. Thanks again so much for watching, and peace out.